Hey there, I'm CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. Across the Red River there is beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. I'm outside my apartment, uh, on the balcony. It's about 11:30. My midnight starts at around 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. But yeah, it's about to be February, and I'm so glad. January was a very strange month for me. I don't know why. But I don't know. February's starting to be sort of a weird month too. Anyway, it is time for me to go in and have my midnight meal. I have it sitting out, so come in and have a meal with me. So I was actually gonna go to the gym earlier. I don't know what happened. I guess our signals got crossed. I was waiting for a call from a friend. We were gonna go to Planet Fitness, but I don't know. But anyway, as it worked out, I guess I just left a text message like, "Call me in the morning, let me know that everything's okay," and then whatever. What I'll do is I'll eat my meal, and then I will go out for a late walk. It feels great out there. I've got energy I really need to burn, but first I'm gonna eat. So let me show you. Yeah. So no recipe with this. This is just uh, a small ribeye that I've topped with some American cheese and my drink, my soda. Uh, the reason why I'm eating such small meals is not because I don't have money. Uh, and actually, some people would argue, is this a small meal? A small meal might be like half of this, or whatever. I'm quite aware of how blessed I am that I can afford food and it be food to my choosing. Um, but yeah, it's because I am doing a keto diet, which is uh, higher protein and very few carbs, and yay. So, yeah. And it's very tender. Like I can literally just take this knife and just, pull it apart like that. It's very, I was not like the most lean cut, but that's okay. I'm not eating a lot of this. Let me pause the video. And because it's such a thin slice, actually, Uh, it cooks what you really almost can't help but cook this well done. You can try to make it medium or something. It's really going to go all the way through. By the time you get any kind of a charring on the outside, it's gonna at least cook up to a mid well. This is probably a well done. Mm. And the only thing I've seasoned it with, sprinkled a little Old Bay seasoning on each side, a little touch of butter uh, on top of it. And then, of course, the cheese for added proteins. That cheese is really good. Okay. Um, I'm going to finish my meal and then we're going to be walking outside. I will be walking, and if you're watching the video, you'll be watching this video with me. But just to show, I actually made two of these in case I was feeling hungrier than I thought. Um, but I'm fine. One of those is fine. I'm going to take this one and set it aside and have it later. And then go for my walk. So stick with me. Hey, so I'm walking around. The last time I tried to take this walk, there was still a lot of ice on the ground, and I literally slid down this hill. Uh, not so much, not so much as a terrible fall, but but it was a gradual. Like, I'll show you. Hang on, what is this? We have this one weird, strange homeless woman that haunts our parking lot. And I see her every day, and she asks for money, and I never have change. And I don't want to encourage that. So I just kind of like Never give her. This is the hill, and it's like about right here. I like started to slide, and basically I just kind of like leaned into the slide. By the time I got to the street here, I was on my ass. It was kind of cool though. Nobody saw or whatever. And then I made a video, and then later on I made another video about how to lean into a fall out of safety, because I had already been unsafe. Okay, but I'd taken my multivitamin in preparation for the gym, and then obviously our signals got crossed or something like that. I mean, maybe my friend tried to call and I was in the other room and didn't hear it or something like that. I don't know. But I just sent a text. I said, well, text or call me in the morning to let me know that you're okay, because this, whatever. And then I came out for a walk after I ate. So, what am I going to do with my hair too? Is that weird thing when I cut it right before I went on my first cruise, which was the last cruise I ever went on, the first cruise I ever went on, which was my last cruise. And by that time, I had already started making some purchases on my next cruise. But yeah, and that turned into a cruise that I'm going to go on in February. Actually, it's almost February, like in a few minutes. So anyway, yeah. So literally on the 18th, I leave to go to Miami. And then I'll spend a couple of days in Miami Beach before I board at the Port of Miami and go on a 2.5-week cruise. I tried to make it a full-on 3-week cruise. The few days that I could have booked at the beginning sold out, and that was the lower rate that I would have really went for. And then the cruise, the part of the cruise at the end of it, it's like over $600 for 3 nights. And it's like, well, I probably by that point would have had 2.5 weeks on the boat, and I probably will be ready to come home anyway. So my mind is going to be focused on not spending that amount of money. I mean, for some reason, if it came down to a normal rate, like a more advantageous price, maybe like half that, then I would go. Because they increased it because going into summer, prices for cruises, they always spike. So what I'm thinking is there's this really, really cool place called the Gathering. It's a gay men's hotel, and it's on South Beach. I'm looking into staying there for not that I just want to go on some sort of like gay festival or anything like that, but I know that there'd be people to talk to and chat up and everything like that. So fellow travelers, so to speak. And it's about $130 a night, about what an average night on a cruise ship would cost, and give or take. And yes, I'm thinking about that. I'm going to be there anyway. It's either going to be there or it's actually going to be a traditional hotel for the same price or whatever, But I don't know. I feel, because I didn't get out to the gym, I was like all pumped. I was like, ugh, you know how it is. You get your like adrenaline up, and it's like you get worked up. So for me, it's the psychology. I kind of I don't know. I guess the closest thing I can imagine to it being is just kind of like psyching yourself up into it. Like when I used to do competitive taekwondo in my teens, and I would psych myself up, and my teammates, we'd psych ourselves up for going into the ring for combat. That's how I kind of approached the gym. And yeah, so it's like, wow. And then I didn't go, so it's like, got all this angst energy or whatever. So. Also, let's see. Well, I could talk about this. There's a little bit of frustration going on. You may remember, if you follow me, that last month I went to pay my rent on the application that our rent wants us to pay. And for some reason it was not accepting my payment. And we eventually worked it so that I would pay with the money order. And of course, we didn't come to that conclusion until the 8th of January. And of course, all late fees and everything were waived. I went to try to pay my rent just yesterday. And of course, the payment app did not accept my payment, and so I really hate the fact that Monday I'm gonna have to go bother the ladies in the office again about this technical glitch that's going on between their payment app and my bank. And I've spoken to my credit union about it. They say that there's no issue, there's no reason why I should not be able to process or anything like that. And of course, I am able to use my bank's card and my bank account for making other purchases. So there's some sort of glitch happening. Not with my credit union, but with the payment app that they would like me to use. And I know that there have been issues with other tenants, and they just haven't gotten around to getting this worked out. I think what it is maybe they accepted my rent and then got swept up, because it really is a big property to manage, and then probably just forgot to keep following up. But yeah, there's something going on. And I don't like that. I'm the kind of person that gets a little unsettled when things don't work in the way that they're supposed to. And all the cogs don't connect in the wheels that are supposed to turn, but it's possible they might have been working that out, and then we had this ice storm and people maybe just didn't get out. I don't know. There's a lot of ice still on the ground, but most of it here in Shreveport has been cleared away. But I'll tell you something, I was expecting a shipment of you guys are going to think I'm totally obsessive when I tell you this, and I am. Here's the full story. Gotham Steel. That's my favorite cookware right now. When I moved into my apartment, I was gifted a set of Rachel Ray cookware. It's like a 4-part, like a skillet with the lid, a stock pot with the lid, a large boiler, and a small saucepan boiler. All of those have lids, so it's like 4 pans, 4 lids. But I didn't have really much in the way of cookware for the new apartment, and I was starting everything new, so I ordered this set of red cookware, 32-piece Gotham Steel. I ordered it on Walmart Plus. It got delivered. I registered it with Gotham Steel and everything. So. And it's great cookware. But just recently, 4 years ago, I saw the advertisement that piqued my interest, and then I thought, it's really time for me to upgrade my cookware again. And it was for Gotham Steel, hammered steel. But I thought to myself, I like the red. Let me call and see if I can't get another package of the red. And I did order the red. And then, of course, there was a delay in the shipping. So they ended up canceling my order. Like the store that I ordered it from canceled my order. And I have already stopped ordering from Walmart Plus on the Walmart Plus app because they are in they're like in CJ prison. Basically what I mean by that is until I feel like fucking with them again, I'm not gonna fuck with them again. So I'll go to the store and stuff, but I don't really online. It's tricky, and Walmart is one of the worst ones when it comes to fulfillment of deliveries on time and properties, especially grocery deliveries or whatever. It's like you order something, even if you say don't substitute it, you don't know what you'll get. You know, it's weird, you know. And so I decided, you know, when it comes to that, I need to do my own shopping in person and everything. So I do that. So I'm not ordering from Walmart Plus. But I did initially order the cookware from there, but I didn't, you know. But anyway, it's still a good company. Probably their online probably works for a lot of people. Just not suited for me. I'm drinking soda, that's why I've got the occasional burp. I'm so sorry. I'll try to burp quietly there. Okay, so yeah. Well, I did order. I called and I ordered the hammered steel, the 15-piece set from a, you know. Well, I saw the ad. Then I looked up a phone number and I called them, and then they was like, well, you know, we do have the 20-piece. I'm like, well, it shows online that you know, when I looked on the website, you know, that the 20-piece set was out of stock. And they were like, oh no, we've got it in stock. Well, you know, so you know, and they asked me if I would buy it for $20 more on the payments, $20 more each month, because it's like, whatever. This time I was financing. Instead of just buying it outright, I was going to finance into 4 payments or whatever. And I said, well, $20 more. Nah, it's okay. I'll just stick with the 15 because, you know, I already have, you know. But she said, well, how about then if we just decrease that, and instead of $20 more a month, $20 more a payment, why don't we give it to you for $10 more a payment? 4 payments. I said, okay, I'll do that. So instead of my 4 payments being $49.99, my payments were 4 payments of $59.99, and then of course you pay taxes and stuff like that. You pay that on the first payment, and then yeah, whatever. So anyway, so on about, yeah, it worked out to what it was supposed to work out. The bulk of it, you know, was an $89 payment. And then of course, that's when I thought to myself, well, you know what, let me go ahead and order this red set because I like it. It worked well, and I know it works well, and I like the way it looks. And then I just had 2 sets, so I tried to order the second red set, and then I thought to myself, well, you know, I'll just give that red set to my sister for her birthday. But that's when they canceled the red set. You know, the one I told you, like I ordered one 4 years ago and I was going to reorder it. So I ordered my hammered steel first, and then I ordered the red set. And then they canceled the red set. So I got with my sister, spoke with her. We ordered her a set of Gotham steel. And I negotiated with the same person. Not the same person, but the same phone number. And I negotiated the same deal. And I was like, by the way, if I do this, let me, you know, is it possible that I upgrade to the 20 for the additional $10 a payment instead of $20 a payment. Will you honor that same deal? If you do, that's great. You know, and they did. They honored it. And then what happened was, while I was on the phone with them, especially the first time, they asked me, did I want to join this rewards club thing or whatever. It was free to try for 30 days, and if I did, I would get a $75 gift card and $20 off the payment and this and that and whatever. And it's like, they kind of got me, and I signed up for it. Well, that turned out to be a bit of a ruse. In order for, you do get to try it for 30 days, but the reward center, they only honor the part of the agreement of the $75 gift card and the $20 something. They only honor that if I wait for a few weeks, which I did, for the welcome letter. And then the welcome letter said I had to go somewhere if I don't have a printer at home, and I have to print out forms, then mail in forms that request the discounts that I was supposed to receive for this initial. And it's like, that is way too much. And in order to do this and to participate in the program, it was the first 30 days were free, but it was $29 each additional month. And I was like, well, you know, let me just not do that. So I called and I canceled. And that's fine. I was going to order the Gotham Steel even without that $75 gift card and 20% back and all this kind of, it's like, I just wasn't, you know, I didn't want to risk getting signed up for something like that and then later on forget to cancel it at some point or something, and then every month I've got like $30 coming out of my accounts when I don't expect. You know, it's ridiculous. And it's not an actual in doing more diligence, it's not actually directly tied to Gotham Steel, so there's no accountability to Gotham Steel for those bonuses. So if you do order from Gotham Steel, don't sign up for this. But in my diligence of trying to cancel those things out and then finding out that Gotham Steel is not responsible and everything, I realized that my original cookware was still under, and when I bought it, it was a lifetime warranty, and then when it came to me, it was stated with the 10-year warranty, and not a lifetime warranty, but of the original owner, which is me. And so I called them in on that, and I said, you know, this is ceramic cookware. It's been 4 years. There is the occasional nick. I've not abused it. I've taken very, very good care of it. But it's you know, it does, you know, there is the occasional nick in the flaw or whatever, and it's still under warranty. And so with Gotham Steel, I had to go back, and they were like, well, do you have the purchase information? So if you order from Gotham Steel, or if you purchase Gotham Steel from Walmart or from any outlet, save your purchasing. It is under warranty for at least 10 years currently. And then, like, because I got it for, but I got it for life, you know. But it was, you know, whatever. But whatever. I like the cookware. I'd already ordered some others, so I know it's good cookware. But anyway, long story short about this, I know it's way too late. By the time I got around to exchanging text messages and then emails, and then at the email I got around to a person that was emailing me directly, so I had a name. So when you could put a name to an account or a reference or something like that, you can bring singularity to the point of responsibility, and that's beneficial. But Gotham Steel will honor the 10-year warranty, but they will not do it willingly. And I tell my friends, I leaned on them like maybe I was the father of a mafia family or something. I really did. But I sent them everything. The first thing they wanted to know uh, was the condition of the cookware, and I sent it to them and I zeroed in on a particular spec in one or two of the pans that said, when this came, the ceramic had, a slight imperfection in this one or two pieces of the pan of these, but I didn't make that big of a deal because it really wasn't, and it did work. It was non-stick. Actually, it's still not sticking. That stuff is like triple coated, but it's got flaws in the finish. And they had already irritated me at this point. And at this point, I'm like, through all this, let me explain what's going on. And then also, I feel like, I feel justified in being able to either ask for a replacement or an exchange of this cookware for another, for other cookware, This is making me sound terrible, like I'm hustling this company, but I'm not. It was fun. It was time across the street. Okay, it was time for the replacement. There are slight flaws that have accumulated over the years, and it is under a 10-year warranty. And then they sent a disclaimer with all sorts of reasons as to why maybe the warranty would not be covered, and pretty much anything and everything that could go wrong with this cookware means that it is not covered by the warranty, that the warranty basically is false, that it's a 10-year warranty, but for every possible reason you could think of to ever use or want to exchange with the 10-year warranty, they disclaim it. And I drew this out and had a conversation, and then they also sent a piece of paper in the box that said, the initial box, that if I were to ever want to litigate against the company, it would have to be arbitration, that I'd give up my right to a trial by jury and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I didn't sign anything, and that's not here. That's not going to hold up. And I do not give up any rights if I ever needed to, by the way. Not that I'm one of these people that run around suing people, but I don't give up any rights, And I kind of explained all that in my correspondences, and did my due diligence to find out why the warranty was basically not a warranty, and that offering a 10-year warranty or a lifetime warranty is what they offered, but when it came, it was a 10-year warranty. But then everything was disclaimed. There's no reason why they would ever honor the warranty. By the time I broke it down, because I'm pretty good at looking at contracts, reading black and white. That's my personality. I want everything to be exactly as it's supposed to. Remember, I started this by saying, things that don't go exactly right kind of throw me off center. When the cogs don't turn and fit exactly right, that's when I kick into gear, with all my aggravation and stuff. And in this time, it was like, I probably wouldn't even worried about it if they'd have just sent the red cookware when I ordered it at the beginning of this. But anyway, by the time we got into it and I explained everything, I think they were just like, you know what? And I told them, I said, I was just asking for a replacement of the cookware. The bakeware, that's fine. I can always put foil line on the bakeware. Plus, I've got new bakeware with the hammered copper set that I ordered. My sister had ordered her copper steel, and she got it and she loves it. And and the reason why I ordered it is so that when I have people over, I'll have enough pots and pans and cookwares that I'll have more than enough, and I don't want to have to rummage around in my kitchen looking for, okay, I've got people coming, what am I going to cook this dish in? I've got 8 to 10 people coming over, and I've got uh, you know, 8 pots. That means some of these pots are going to be washed out, so I can have more than one thing. Uh, So yeah. Because when I have people over in the park, I like to have multiple things. I don't like to just say, "Here's one thing for you," and you eat it and you don't, because I have people who have all varying tastes. All my circle of friends are all like, I've got one, well, some family even, but one of the guys I know is like a total, like a plain burger kind of guy. Doesn't really care for seafood, doesn't care for a lot of vegetables. I don't like vegetables. So, I have to think about the guests. When I have guests coming over and I know that they have sensitive uh, taste or diets, then I try to accommodate that. So that's one of the reasons why I ordered the other set of cookware. And then I was going to order the red set because I like it, but that fell through. And I didn't have that to give to my sister because it fell through, so I bought her the hammered steel. And then I got to thinking, well, my cookware is having flaws in the surface and everything, and that's not supposed to happen. It is guaranteed for life. Any scratches or nicks or something like that, they're supposed to replace it. And so so I felt legitimately okay with asking for that. And then the more they got a little into putting up barriers, not wanting to honor the warranty, and then saying, well, it says here that it's not warranty. And I'm like, you know what? At this point, I've had so much conversation that I kind of laid down the gauntlet, and I did the whole laid down the ultimatums and explained everything, how it was going to be. And I did it in a very complimentary way, explaining how much that we do love Gotham Steel. We are fans of Gotham Steel. Some of the people that I know, we love Gotham Steel cookware. And this is how much that I personally have spent so far over the years in Gotham Steel. And also, I do know that Gotham Steel makes a great gift for birthdays. It's great for home housewarmings. It's great for weddings. It's great for any sort of startup occasion where somebody's starting a new. It's good to give people when they're going away to college a small set, even if you're not going to give them the big huge 32 set with the thing. But in the pictures I laid out, listen, this is your storage containers that came with your 32 piece. And your storage containers, they are flawed because they're kind of, the lids are kind of coming apart. And I really wasn't going to make a big deal about that because it's basically storage containers, and Gladware is like cheap as hell. So who really cares about that? But just so you know, because they wanted me to take all the pieces and lay them out and take a picture of the entire set, not just a picture of the Gotham Steel 32 set in the box, but I guess they needed to make sure that I actually had ownership in my house. I guess that's legitimate. So I laid it out, and then I also zeroed in on some of the troubled areas, which are not excessive, but still weren't really supposed to break down. If you've seen their ads on TV, they have people taking a fork and scraping a fork up and down these things, and look, you could do this and there's going to be no scratches or whatever. And it's like, I didn't do that. I was very gentle with my cookware, but yep. It really doesn't matter, to be honest with you, about cookware. Non-stick cookware, no matter what they say, it's going to break down after a few years, and you're going to have to replace it. Problem, and I knew that, and I didn't mind that. My thing is, I'm spending all this money. What's up with the warranty? The warranty says all this, and then blah 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 blah. So anyway, so Saturday, I was supposed to have that Gotham Steel arrive. Not Saturday, Friday. Friday by the close of business, and then today it's Sunday. And my Gotham Steel, I was watching it on the FedEx as it came, and it's been slow, but it's because of weather. It's icy. The country's still icing, and they're rerouting everything. My set of Gotham Steel, it went all the way across the state of Arkansas. And instead of coming down Arkansas right to Shreveport, Louisiana, which is like 30 minutes from Arkansas, it went to Memphis, Tennessee. Well, I guess that's the big service that it's a big thing from there. It's kind of like, maybe that's like the FedEx version of Love Field in Dallas, Texas, or something like that, or whatever. Because just a lot of stuff goes there and then gets shipped out or whatever. So whatever. Perhaps I'll have it by tomorrow, and then I'll get like that feel good, yay, happy endorphin kind of thing that makes me feel good. But man, I think what it is, I've gotten out. We didn't really get out excessively. My friend Jay and I, we got out and did a little driving, a little bit, and then I did go see my sister. But for the most part, I've been stuck in the house. I did go to one gym night with Mike Tuesday, and then I was supposed to go Thursday, and I called him about 3:30 in the afternoon, really apologetic that I was so. It's been a lot of stuff going on this month. The Gotham Steel thing, that's not, my anxiety wasn't about the Gotham Steel, really, it wasn't. But that just happened to be a safe place to work out. It was something that I knew that I could work on and get the results that I wanted if I pushed hard enough, and that's what that was about. But my anxiety started with this whole rent situation, and it looks like I'm gonna have to go through it again. Like, yes, they will collect my rent. If they can't get that thing working, they'll get it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But I just hate that. I hate the anxiety of that. I want to be able to just pay my rent without having to go through a bunch of hoops. It's crazy. But that's a small problem, isn't it? By which method do I pay their rent? It's just that the ladies in the office, the management, they don't accept money orders. And they did accept the money order. And according to what I see, and they gave me credit for it and everything like that, but it doesn't appear that it posted. Well, I've got the receipts, but I mean, in the payment app, it doesn't look like it posted or anything like that. So I don't know. There's a breakdown of communication that I have no control over, because it's not my particular issue. It's between my management company and their headquarters, and they've got to work that out. Life involves hiccups. Hiccups, they take time to correct sometimes. Getting the little details taken care of, it requires patience. So that's just kind of focused on what I could focus on. Anyway, I do have a brand new set of Gotham Steel. My sister has her Gotham Steel. I have my original set of Gotham Steel, which is still usable. That's my daily, everyday cookware. And then I do have another set coming, so that I won't ever again have to experience any sort of anxiety around do I have enough cookware when I've planned on a party or something like that, which is something that has happened before. I have done that. I have invited people over, and then especially on holidays, and it's like, now I've got to go out and buy extra pans and everything to cook everything, including this turkey or whatever. So what do you do in that case? End up with those disposable tin cookware things, and they're not robust at all. You have to cook them on a cooking sheet anyway. So that's great. That's yeah. So, oh my God. So for holidays, I'm all set up. I almost lost my balance here. Oh, and why am I talking about this? because I've been homebound. I've not been able to get out to my 12-step meetings. I love getting. I've been to a couple of meetings, but yeah, I really do need to get out, and I really need to do that because it's therapeutic. I find being around people uh, brings enjoyment, brings peace, and yeah. So, but yeah, I love to come down here, water and everything when I'm left of center. Normally, I'll come down here and I'll start talking about some sort of point of philosophy, whatever. I'm not feeling that right now. I'm feeling like maybe I just need to remember how okay things are, and then the things that are kind of off, just kind of relax and work on being that point of communication. That's going to be that communication is what's going to set things okay, and to do it without freaking out, without letting my blood boil or whatever, and yeah, you know, uh, I am so ready for this trip in like 18 days. It's like 2 weeks, 3 days, and a wake up, Oh my God. You know what that means? It means that I have got to print out all the pre-registrations and the tags and everything like that for my for my trip. And I got to do it 5 times because this is a trip that I booked for about 2.5 weeks. Literally 18 days. It's 18 days until the cruise, and then the cruise that I'm going on collectively is going to last 18 days. So, how about that? So what I'll need to do is I need to do that, and get all that in order. It's not easy having a good time. Even smiling makes my face ache. Ah, no, who is that? Okay, so, God, it looks beautiful out here, though, doesn't it? Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and head back to the apartment. I've killed enough time. I do feel better. I've talked about my things that are giving me little minor anxieties, and these you can see these are not big problems. But if someone didn't address them, they would turn into big problems. And I'm kind of the person that you can give me, and I'm not speaking this into my life, I don't want it. There can be like a major, major crisis for me to handle, and I can navigate it with a cool head. But little bitty inconveniences drive me insane, Just a lack of ability to understand, ignorance or whatever. Just, test my patience. But let's see. I'm glad that I never really got around to getting the book that I'm writing completely, formatted the way I wanted and submitted, because now that I'm going to go away to the Caribbean for a few weeks, what I'm going to do is add some thoughts about those experiences, and have it a little bit more, more content to it, more ideas, more themes or whatever. So, okay. Listen, I'm going to pay attention to myself on the way home. I've talked for about a little over an hour now. Let's see. No, I have not. I've talked for about 45 minutes. Okay. Why does that feel like an hour? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video with a nice, robust goodbye, God bless, love and light, ciao Bella. Talk to you later.